The Allied advances in the Ruhr Valley. The German army was on the run.
Every time I come in here, you're watching some World War II show. Dear Tim and Moby, can you give me a rundown of World War II? From Primo. Oh, so now you're with me. World War II was fought between the Axis powers, Germany, Italy, and Japan, and the Allied powers, England, France, the Soviet Union, the US, and a lot of other smaller countries. The major aggressor in World War II was Germany, led by Adolf Hitler. Hitler's Nazi Party wanted to take over all of Europe, and quite possibly the world after that. The war started in September of 1939 with the German Blitzkrieg of Poland.
In German, Blitzkrieg means lightning war.
It's a fast, overwhelming invasion. England and France declared war on Germany. At the time, the Soviet Union was allied with Germany. The Soviets took the eastern part of Poland, while the Germans occupied the western half. After a 6-month break, the German army went on to defeat Denmark, Norway, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and Belgium. All of these countries fell quickly. Next, Germany took over France, which surrendered in June of 1940. But a secret French resistance movement fought the Germans all through the war. Nevertheless, Germany used France as a base to attack England by air. The German Luftwaffe, or Air Force, attacked military targets in England. When the British refused to surrender, the Luftwaffe bombed London and other cities. But England's Royal Air Force, or RAF, managed to successfully defend their country against the Germans. The US hadn't entered the war yet, but supplied England with naval support, weapons, and equipment. In 1941, Germany broke its pact with the Soviet Union and invaded it. This was a big mistake. The Germans suffered huge losses there. In December of 1941, the U.S. finally entered the war after the Japanese bombed the naval port at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. The U.S. sent troops to 3 areas, or theaters of war.
One was the Pacific Theater to fight Japan in an island-hopping campaign. The second was against the Germans in North Africa and the Italians in Italy. And finally, the U.S. along with the British and Canadians sent a massive force to France from England.
They landed at Normandy on June 6, 1944. This invasion is known as D-Day. It really doesn't stand for anything. It's just D-Day, the day when things happen.
After the invasion of Normandy began, it was just a matter of time before Germany would fall.
The Germans had to fight the Allies on 2 fronts, Europe and the Soviet Union. The Soviets met up with the other Allies in the German capital of Berlin. Germany surrendered on May 7, 1945. Meanwhile, the Japanese were able to hold off American forces in the Pacific. President Truman decided to end the war quickly with the atomic bombing of Hiroshima, and then Nagasaki. It's the only time an atom bomb has been used in war.
Japan surrendered in mid-August 1945.
So that's World War II. Does that answer all your questions?